Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire Geek, and welcome to Magnificent Mondays, episode, can't remember, 44. This week we're looking at The Golden Child, the Eddie Murphy film, from 1986, I think. I don't know, I can't remember. 1986. It's a real... Hello, Win Grace is here. Long time no see. I've just not long since finished a game stream. I've been playing Far Cry 5, so I was on YouTube not very long ago. Because I love Far Cry 5, even though I shout and bawl at it and call it a bloody game. But anyway. And Josh Temple's here already. Harpoon at the ready, which, like the Ajanti dagger, that's kind of harpoon-ish, but without the harpoon part. Which we see in this film. Right, anyway, so here we go. There we go. The Golden Child, starring Eddie Murphy, directed by Michael Ritchie, written by Dennis Feldman. I'll read the back of the box, shall I? I don't usually do this, because I can bloody see it. Put my lights up a bit. Where are we? There we go. Director Michael Ritchie's hit action comedy comes to Blu-ray. Eddie Murphy is the chosen one, as in not Anakin Skywalker. He's not the chosen one. Chandler Jarrell is. A social worker on a madcap mission. It's not really a social worker, is he? I don't know. What does he do? I'm not exactly sure what he does. He looks for missing kids. Watching the film, I was thinking, is he an ex-cop? Because he seems to get on with the cops and is very cop-like in what he does. But anyway, he's just been Axel Foley, basically, but without the F-bombs. Anyway, I forgot what I want now. A social worker on a madcap mission to find the Golden Child, a young boy possessing mystical powers. Joined by Key Nang, Charlotte Lewis, they'll battle the countless henchmen. Not really countless. There's like 3 or 4 of them, and one of them gets killed. But anyway. Battle the countless henchmen of Sardo Numspa, Charles Dance, the mysterious and evil cult leader holding the boy captive. It's a dangerous quest, complete with obstacle courses, like the Krypton Factor, and a mythical amulet, sharply combated. Not really, I don't know, is it a mythical amulet that we see? Or is it, well, I suppose so, I don't know. It's not the one that he wanted in the film. We'll get to that. Sharply combining Murphy's wit with eye-popping special effects for an unforgettable adventure. Special features, the making of. That were it. It was 13 minutes, and that were it. No commentaries or anything. But anyway, right. Josh Tim says, feels like ages. Yes, half an hour. Right, so The Golden Child, let's get some info. As I said, starring Eddie Murphy, J.L. Reet, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, plays the Golden Child. They say it's a boy, but it's actually a woman, a girl that's playing. She was only 6, I think, when she made this film. Charles Dance, Charlotte Lewis, in a role that, at the time, in the making of, everybody loved the film, because they always do, don't they? But since then, everybody hates it, apart from Charles Dance. He says he had a good time making it. Victor Wong, Randall Tex Cobb. What have I seen him in? What have I seen Randall Tex Cobb in? Is it what I'm thinking of? Is it him from like Bloodsport and stuff like that? Films. Maybe not. Maybe not. Thinking of something else. Or somebody else, by the looks of it. Anyway, whatever, right. I know the name, though. I've seen him in other stuff. And Joshua Kanapke's here. The council is convened. The council of Joshers. The universe is saved. All is well with the world. Where were we? Who else is in it? You've got Shaq T, not the Jedi, somebody else. James Hong, and a few others. And Frank Welker does the voice of, I suppose, the devil or the Dark Lord. I thought it was Tony Todd at first, but I looked it up, and it's Frank Welker doing his voice of, I forgot the name now. Is it the Claw from Inspector Gadget? Written by Dennis Feldman, whose other most notable films are Species and Virus. So there we go. So I suppose he's made his money now, hasn't he, off those films, and he probably doesn't do anything else now. And the VFX were done by Industrial Light and Magic, and they're really good, in my opinion. A lot of good stop-motion effects. No CG in this, as far as I know. It was 86, so there might have been... I don't know. I don't think there were any CG in it. Right. So, Shaq T, I'd buy that. The picture of him. Is it him that used to play basketball? Spinning one on it. I don't bloody know. Right. By the way, I better make sure we're live on YouTube. Yes, we are. We should be live on Rumble. Let me refresh it, and we'll see if it comes on. Give it a minute, and another minute, and another minute. Yes, we're live on Rumble. And fingers crossed we're live on Twitch. I'll just refresh Twitch as well, see what happens there. See if we come on Twitch. Yes, we're live on Twitch as well as. Right. Hooray. Hooray. Hang on, wait. The Council of Josh is supposed to save the world. Yes. What else could it do? Got lots to do at work. Well, saving the world can wait till after work. It'll still be there to be saved afterwards. Where were we? Right. Also, right, Golden Child, we're talking about it, weren't we? Had a budget of, they're not sure on Wikipedia, it says 12 to 24.5 million. Maybe the production budget were about 12, and maybe after marketing and all that, maybe it went up to 24 million. But it was a success at the box office, basically because of Eddie Murphy, and it made we'll call it 150 million at the box office worldwide. So let's say it was a big hit, but everybody seemed to hate it that made it, apart from Charles Dance, who, I've got a quote here. Charles Dance, who played the villain Sardo Numspa, said, "I thought I'd quite like to do a film with Eddie Murphy because he makes me laugh. The character was villainous, but he was a comic villain as far as I was concerned, and I hadn't done a film like that before." But he would do afterwards, wouldn't he? Because he played the villain in Last Action Hero, didn't he? I don't think as an actor you should back off from any experience, so I thought, okay, we'll try this, and I did it. And I know that it's played over and over again, and a lot of devotees of that kind of thing say it's their favourite film. It was fun, I enjoyed doing it, so good for you, Charles. But everybody else thought it were crap. Where are we? I saw another quote somewhere. Where is it? I've got them highlighted. Where are we? Is it this one? Eddie Murphy trashed this movie while promoting Coming to America in 1988, saying the original script was far better than the finished product. Indeed, the novelisation is closer to what was intended. Not read the book, so I don't know. And, Scottish Geek Guy's here. He fecking loves this movie. Said in an Irish accent, probably. I said, I want the knife, please. We'll get to that. Oh, dear. Yes, I love this movie as well. Right, so, before we start, don't forget, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. As I said, we're live on those other platforms. I'm also on Facebook, X and Instagram. Links are in the description, as I've linked to my 2 books, which are on Amazon. Kindle and paperback, give them a look. Also my Patreon and the merch and stuff like that. Links in the description, or you can go to the play. I don't know. Right, shall we get on with it? Shall we just blooming get on with it? Right, we will. So, I've got to do this. Got to do that. Get rid of that. And make myself titchy tiny. Oh, splodosh, there we go. And... hang on, full screen this baby. Hang on, I've muted it. There we go. By the way, sorry about last night. I know I shouldn't. It's supposed to be evergreen content. I'm mentioning last night, but my last stream, my sketch stream, went awry. And hang on. Archmage's phrase: "Since the world is a vampire, do you still wish it saved? Is the world a vampire?" Oh, right. That's obviously, is that another song lyric that I don't know? Probably. Where's the bloody film gone now? Speaking of J.L. Reet, I've got a photo here of when she was reunited with Eddie Murphy at the Toronto Film Festival, where she may still be, I don't know, where is it? Executive Director of Events at the Toronto Film Festival. Golden Child, I think, was the only film she did. Yes, the only theatrical performance she did. And this is an Executive Director at the Toronto Film Festival, so I'm guessing she's Canadian. But anyway, there she is with Eddie Murphy at TIFF, the Toronto Film Festival, in 2019. So there you go. Sort of share that with you. Right. Film. Off we go. Share it. Oh, not that. Go away. That. Are you going to come on? Just give us a minute. Yes, we're off. We're off and running. The good old Paramount logo. Off it goes. And we begin. By the way, the original score for this film was by John Barry. The late great John Barry. But for some reason, it didn't test well with audiences. God knows why. So they got Michael or Michel, I can't remember, Colombier in to do another score. And he did it like a pop thing. And it's good. I like it. It's a good score. Very 80s. But baffling why the John Barry score was rejected. There is still one part of it in the film of the John Barry score, but it's very weird. I knew it'd be a lyric. It's a lyric from the same band you didn't know last time. Smashing Pumpkins. I'm not into 90s stuff. 90s killed 80s rock. Right, we're off. We're in Tibet. We're in Tibet with the good old things there, with all these Buddhist monks. I'm trying to bloody remember the religion then. All the Buddhist monks. Here we have some. I'm guessing this matte painting. I'm guessing all that round there. Can you see my mouse cursor? Yes. All that round looks like a matte painting. Apart from this bit here, where the baddies are arriving. Charles Dance and his motley crew. There's one of them. This is. You may know him from Big Trouble in Little China. What's the actor's name? Me and bloody names. I can't remember. Where is it? Peter Kwong. He's Tommy Tong in this, and he was in Big Trouble in Little China as well. There he is. Do we see the others as well? Don't know. That were Randall Tex Cobb. That's in there. We see briefly. We'll see that cage a few times in this film. Here he is. Here's the Golden Child. This is J.L. Reet as the Golden Child. A magical, mystical person. Kickstart My Heart. That's Motley Crue, isn't it? There he is, enjoying a puppet show. Look, smiling his little face off, even though he's a she. But anyway. Right, so they're doing some ritual now to show that how magical he is. They put a little hat on him. This is Pons Ma. Is that his name? Pons Ma. Let me check to get it right. Yes, Pons Ma as Fu. It doesn't really look like that. It's makeup. He were in. He's been in other things as well. He's like a makeup artist and stuff, and he were in Return to Oz, stuff like that. And there's Charles Dance as Sardo Numspa. Right, and there's one. He's got one other henchman. I don't know if we're seeing him. A big chap. Anyway, right. So this monk comes along with a selection of necklaces. For him to choose. And there we go. And instead of picking the ones on the tray, he takes the necklace from the monk's, round the monk's neck and puts that on himself. So that was the right choice for the Golden Child to make, apparently. So he's all happy, look. Smile. He's got like, oh, never mind. Here come the baddies. Here he is. They're going to take out the guards. There we go. Because the baddies. Taking out the guards. Right. This one's coming with a tray full of dead birds. As we see. And I want to know how they do this. Is it just a really well-trained bird? Or I don't know. But He touches it. We see, it's supposed to be dead. Then he touches it. Bang! Comes to life. And it sits there for a minute, and then gets up. And how did they do that? Is it just a well-trained bird, or do birds just? If you put a bird down, will it just lie there? I don't know, but until you click your fingers or something, I've no idea. But anyway, he gets up. So he's brought a dead bird back to life. Remember that for later on in the film. But then the baddies have arrived. That's what all this commotion's about. The bird flies off. There they go. The baddies have come. They're pants and a half, aren't they? Think they'd be No, they're not. They're just pants and a half. More spats. Is it spats? No, not spats. They're on shoes, aren't they? Spats. I don't know what they're called. What they call them? Cowboys wear them. Can't remember. Anyway. Right, so they come in and sort everybody out, and he's here to get the golden child. Here they bring his cage that they're going to put him in. Now, don't let him touch you. He touches him. There we go. He's touched this fella, and he's gone all magic. No, not stirrups. Oh dear. Chaps, yes, chaps. That's what I'm thinking of. That's what cowboys wear, in it, chaps. Don't know why I couldn't think of that. Where were we? He touches one of the fellas, and it instantly becomes good. He's not evil anymore. So everybody starts taking out the bad guys. So they've got to take him out first. So, which they do. Right, so they get the golden child. Here he is in his cage. They carry him off. And they're taking him to Los Angeles, as we're going to see now. Because there he is, just watching his handiwork. No, we're not in New York. We're in LA. But for some reason, somebody's got the Statue of Liberty on the back of their... I think, is it a pickup truck or something? No, it's in the back of a Volkswagen Beetle for some reason. LA. Right, so off we go. And then we've seen the people of LA in 1986, or whenever it was filmed. 85, maybe, probably. Lots of American flags, don't know what that is. Is that the Marlboro Man? Probably. And then we meet Chandler Jarrell, played by Eddie Murphy. There he's putting posters up. He's looking for a particular young girl. Can't remember, we'll get to it. But is at this books? I think is this a famous bookstall? This, isn't it? Or sell comics and newspapers and all magazines. Was it in They Live? I think this was in They Live, wasn't it? I think it was. Anyway, it may have been in other stuff as well. So he's putting those up as we see in the credits. Oh, there we go. This fella's reading Chunky Asses. That's all the other one-handed literature. So he's basically, I mean, he's stood in the street reading it, so what does he expect, this fella? So, he gets made fun of there. Butt pie. There we go. Sequel to a book called Butt Cake. And he gets embarrassed and puts it away. But he's standing in the street reading a magazine called Chunky Asses. What does he expect? Yeah, exactly, Chandler. By the way, it's called Chandler Jarrell, because the writer, Dennis Feldman, wanted it. Originally, it was supposed to be like a serious adventure, and he wanted it to be like a Raymond Chandler thriller, but with a supernatural bent. That's why it's called Chandler Jarrell. But when Eddie Murphy came on board, originally offered to Mel Gibson. And if Mel Gibson had done it, it'd have been a serious, action, adventure, supernatural film. But when Eddie Murphy were brought on board, there were rewrites to make it a more comedic film. And then I guess Eddie Murphy did some ad-libbing. Anyway, so there we go. So we see more of LA. Lovely place. Playing. Ooh, being hit. Cheryl Mosley, that's who he's looking for. Came to me in the end. Payphones, look. Who remembers payphones? Anyway, so there we go. More scenery. Right, so now he's on TV. He's on TV on I forgot the name. We'll see it in a minute, won't we? No. Can check in the in here, can't we? It just says TV host. Charles Levin as the TV host. No, but it says his name in it, so why can't you put his name in the bloody credits, for Christ's sake? It just says that on Wikipedia as well. Mel Bachman came to me. The Mel Bachman Report, I think that's what it's called, isn't it? Anyway, so it's appearing on some local TV show that's crap. And there he goes looking. It says he's looking for Cheryl Mosley. She's 16 years old. And he keeps interrupting us. Him, Mel Bachman, Michelle Colombier. There we go, music, and John Barry, and not John Williams like somebody put in. I think in the IMDb trivia, somebody put John Williams. Anyway, keeps interrupting. With inane comments like, do you have to pass a test and stuff to do this kind of thing? There goes. Is everybody nervous? I know I'm nervous, he says. Anyway, but it keeps trying to get his info across, and this is where we see lots of scrolls. This is where we meet Kee Nang, played by Charlotte Lewis in I think a first film. I think I don't know if I've seen her in anything else, to be completely honest. But a memorable role. But she hated the role basically because they did a wet T-shirt scene. And another scene where she's tied up with tissue paper. Basically, they wanted to show off her assets. Anyway, John Williams and Matt Berry collaborated on the music. What, for this film? That's the first I've heard of this. Have a look. I'm just checking. I don't know. No idea. I know there's songs that maybe you were connected with. I don't know, because there's, in the soundtrack there's various songs, isn't there? But I don't know. I'll take your word for it, Win Grace, but I don't know. But I know John Barry. No man, that was Chuck Berry. Don't know. Sorry, I was joking. Combine the two names. Oh right, okay. Stop bloody joking. I thought you were being serious. It's a serious film with Eddie Murphy in it. By the way, it's Eddie Murphy's first PG-13 film. All his films previously, I don't know how many he'd had, were R-rated because of his, effing and blinding. Anyways, here she is, Charlotte Lewis as Kee Nang. And he's on TV trying to get across that he's looking for Cheryl Mosley, who's been missing for 3 weeks. And then he just cuts him off and starts talking to this woman about tortoises. He's got tortoises, it's 80 years old or whatever. And he just Chandler just grabs the microphone and says, does she say what he's called? Teddy. He goes, Teddy can kiss my ass. And he just takes over the show. There you go. And gives his phone number out and all that stuff. I don't know if the phone number works. 468-8492. That's his number. Wonder what happened if you dialed that number. I have no idea. But anyway, so he says, that's all I want to say, so you could just talk about your tortoises and whatever. And then he says, okay, I understand you've had a sex change, this fella. And he goes, that's correct. You could do jokes like that back in the 80s. Not now, though. Not now. They even use the M word, not N, M word, as in little person, later on, which you couldn't do now. Anyway, next up is playing basketball, or whatever, in a basketball court with some youths, and there she is watching. Anyway, there she is. Charlotte Lewis, who hates this film. Shouldn't have done it then, should you, love? But I bet you didn't hate the paycheck of whatever it was. Just watched an episode of Frasier where they were joking about a sex change. See, spooky, and they're talking about it on British news at the moment. We've got an election coming up, so anyway, so the government are on about making it, I don't know, something to do in schools so that children don't get confused about sex and gender and all that stuff, 'cause it's all the rage in it now. It's just a fad, in my opinion. But anyway. Right, so she comes up to him and she says, I need your help to find a child. And he says, oh, when did the child go missing? He said, 5 days ago in northeastern Tibet. And he goes, Tibet's a little out of my territory or something. And he says, this child is special. His destiny is to save the world. Whatever. And there's the golden child, and it's written in a prophecy that he will be taken to the city of angels and rescued by a man who is no angel. And that man is you, Chandler Jarrell. So they're showing him the scroll. And he don't believe it, obviously. He says the scroll looks like a big joint. Just watched the original Waxwork last night, and it had an M word in it. They could back then. It's good as Waxwork. I like that. It's good, but it's a film that's the acting in it's bloody awful. But the film itself, the effects and the story of it is really good. But the acting and it's like it's been directed by different people, and the horror parts of it for each Waxwork story are really good, but the connecting parts of it are terrible. Was it Anthony Hickox that directed it? But anyway, that's another film. Maybe we'll get round to that on Friday Night Appointment with Fear one day. I don't know, but I really like Waxwork, and I've seen Waxwork 2, Lost in Time, once. I used to have it on VHS and I've lost it. I don't know what I've done with it. Right, anyway, so where were we? He doesn't believe it. Says it looks like a big joint, and you rolled it and smoked it, and stop smoking. He said, I think there were 2 of these, and you smoked the other one. Stop smoking scrolls. There you go. So he doesn't want anything to do with her, so he fobs her off. Then next scene, they found poor Cheryl Mosley. She's dead. They found her in some waste ground or something. And then we see she's got there we go, a tattoo of a yellow and red dragon on it. Turns out the yellow dragons are a motorbike gang. Anyway, so she has passed away. But here he is. I said the police are letting him take photographs and everything. So that makes me wonder: is he an ex-policeman? I don't know. I don't know the backstories. But that's what, or is he just trusted by the police? I don't know. Maybe he's a social worker. I have no idea. But they even refer stuff to him, but he says, I just do the kids. But anyway, so one of the neighbours, they found her by this house, that's it. And they go inside the house. The neighbours complain about a low murmuring all the time. And then a truck backs up, and the murmuring stops. The truck backs up and drives away, the murmuring stops. And then the next day or whatever, the neighbour looks over the fence and sees the dead body. So the police come in, they find this house with all this Tibetan writing on the walls. It turns out these are curses. I can't remember what. Entrapment curses, something like that. Because the golden child is to be surrounded by evil at all times. Anyway. And then he looks out the window and sees Key Nang's there. So, he's on the case, without even knowing it, because he's the chosen one. Right, then he finds some Quaker Oats, product placement there, in a pan. There we go. And he gets a spoon. He must notice something, I don't know, because it just looks like a pan full of Quaker Oats, but he gets a spoon and pops it in, and then we see there's blood in it. But he takes a photo. Right, so he's off now. He was visiting tattoo artists to see, where she had this tattoo done, and she's following him. Is Key Nang. So there we go, and he notices her. So he's coming over the road and sees. Then she's not in the car. There's supposed to be a goof somewhere. Let me go back and see if I can see it. Supposed to see the microphone. I want to see now. Did I see it there? When she's in the car, it says you can see the microphone, but she doesn't speak, so I don't know. Unless it's another scene, but I'm sure it's when she was spying on him. Oh, no, never mind. Right, so, anyway, where are we? He notices her, so he goes over, but she's not there. And then he says, I'm not taking your keys. And she steps out from behind him and says, you're already on it. So they go for a coffee or whatever. And she tells him that it's a curse. She sees the photos of the writing. And where did it say it there? A restraint curse. That's it. That's what it is. A restraint curse. They must keep him surrounded at all times with the evil. There we go. He said, the child will project himself astrally. So he's giving his Eddie Murphy laugh. So he doesn't believe all this supernatural nonsense. Like I say, give me a break. But then he mentions why they're putting blood in the oatmeal. There you go. And she doesn't know, but they could ask somebody. So she's going to ask somebody. So off they go. So they go to this shop. They've got Chinese herb oil. So that's what this shop's for. They sell yak loin as well. Anyway, they come in, and this is where we meet James Hong, who's like 1,000,000 years old, but still going strong. Is it James Hong? Yes, James Hong. We're also in Thingamabob, Big Trouble in Little China. They're also in that one. Played David Lopan. And this fella's talking away in, he says Tibetan. I don't know if it's Tibetan. Does it just mean Chinese? I don't know. But to Chandler, and obviously he doesn't understand. But right, so they're going to speak to Carla. This is Shakti. Here she is, behind a screen, so we can't see her. But we hear, this is like, there's like weird snaky-like noises. He just got his Hollywood star not long ago. James Hong did he? Crikey. Left that late, didn't they? Anyway, she's behind this screen, smoking cigarettes and watching soap operas. And so he asks her about the golden child, and she says the golden child is going to save the world, blah blah blah. Every 1,000 generations, a special child is born, blah blah blah. They come to rescue us from ourselves, etc. So he asks, who would want to kidnap the golden child? And she says, those who want evil instead of good. And he says, can you be a bit more specific? He said, we don't know, basically. She's supposed to be a Naga, yes. We'll learn that a bit later. Anyway, we want evil rather than good. Can you be a little bit more specific? Anyway, so you have any more questions? He says, yes, just one. What are you doing this weekend? Because your silhouette is kicking or whatever, something like that. I will learn that if he were to eat the oatmeal with the Quaker oats with the blood in it, it'd make him impure, so they could kill him. But obviously he's not doing that, we learn. He's not eating the oatmeal. There we go. As a matter of fact, I do. There you go. His silhouette is kicking, and she goes, she plays the maracas too. There you go. And she says, is this the chosen one? Anyway. So we'll learn why she's going later. Right. Then we'll learn she's over 300 years old. She's a librarian at some temple somewhere in Tibet. She's over 300 years old because one of her ancestors was raped by a dragon. Does that happen a lot where you're from? Right, so night time falls over LA. She's dropping him off home. Yes, she's dropping him. Yes, because she's in the driver's seat, isn't she? She's dropping him off home, and he asks if she wants to come in, and she says no. So, and then he tries to make out that because he's the chosen one, that the spirits are talking to him, said you should come in and have a drink and just stay for a while, and she doesn't believe him, obviously. So right. So off he goes, back to his apartment. There's Fu on guard, and here we see they brought him to this old warehouse with paint or blood or whatever, I don't know, on the floor with the restraint curses all around. These are the priests or the evil, that Sith, are surrounding him. They'll be murmuring and saying some, something, some chant or whatever. Right, and there's the oatmeal, but he don't want to. He don't want to eat it. Anyway, this. Then we see who does Randall Tex Cobb play? I can't remember the character's name. Till. Sorry, Til. Till. I don't think they ever say his name. Maybe they do. I don't know. 300 years. That's cute. Yes, because that's Mage Frey is a pan-dimensional mega being. Anyway, Randall Tex Cobb's using a catapult. Yes, he is, and firing stones at the golden child because he's a bad man, and he just uses his supernatural powers to deflect the stones. So he goes over and grabs this oil drum and brings it back over, and then fires again, and the stone goes into the oil drum, and it makes a Pepsi-Cola product placement can roll out, and we get his first really good bit of stop motion here. As we're watching it, the can upends itself, and then it transforms into a little man and starts dancing. There we go, to the music of Putting on the Ritz, just like in Young Frankenstein. But here it still starts dancing. There we go. So he finds it very, very amusing, does Till. And so the little thing's dancing away, but it doesn't last long. Because for some reason the quality of the film changes, probably because we're going to get a real foot coming in now. But as he's spinning away in a minute. There we go. Boing. The foot of Sardum Numpspa. Stop messing about. Says, you will eat. Oh, and then he concentrates and there we go. Makes the oatmeal bowl tip over because he don't want it. And this is where we learn that he's keeping his sustenance. There you go. With these little leaves. Don't know what they're supposed to be. But he just eats one. It looks like he has one a day. So one a day is enough. Maybe it's like lambus bread in Lord of the Rings. One leaf is enough to sustain you for a day. Anyway. Might need to edit that scene with Faith of the Heart. He's obsessed with that song. Oh dear. What are you about Motley Crue for? But yes, there are. Seem to be. Anyway, so he's eating those. Right. She's basically casing it. I think she's asleep, sleeping in her car outside Chandler's apartment. And he's asleep on the couch. And then I think one of the monks nods off. Is that what we're going to see? Yes, he's nodding off, so he's going to project himself astrally. Is the golden child. He's got a name. I'm sure she says he ain't got a name, but there's something other than the gold. It's what's Tibetan for the golden child, and I forgot what she said. Gompantama or something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, he's nodded off, so right, the kid can project himself astrally, and there we go, the light. He looks out and checks and meets Chandler. And he sees the kid astrally projected outside, and it releases. Remember the bird that he brought back to life? He releases. All right, you're the one that called the baddies a Motley Crue. Yes, I did, didn't I? Way back at the beginning, yes. Yes, I did. I meant Motley Crue like pirates, that sort of Motley Crue, not den. That's why he said kickstart my heart earlier on, yes. Anyway, he releases the bird. There we go. And then disappears. And then we see the bird up in the tree. There we go. It is, I can tell you what sort of bird it is, because I made a note of this as well. if I can find it. The brightly coloured bird in the film is an eastern rosella, native to southeastern Australia and Tasmania. So there you go, it's an Australian bird. Hello, Laura Smith. Stopping by to thumbs up. I had my first really bad date to this movie. Oh dear. So you don't bring back good memories then. Oh dear. Anyway, so he sees the bird and he says, "Hey bird," this is where we get the M word. There we go. There you go. "Did you just see a little Hare Krishna midget in the tree floating? Or is it me?" And then the phone rings. And he says, "That must be Rod Serling of Twilight Zone fame and Night Gallery." Anyway, it's some bloke on the end of the phone. We never find out who it is. But he's got some information about Cheryl Mosley and learns that she was with a biker gang called the Yellow Dragons, and they were staying at a house, in Pacoima. So off he goes to check them out. Here they are, the biker gang. I don't know if we see any of these in the upcoming scenes. I don't think we do. But anyway. Right, so they're going to this house, and Chandler tells Keenan to... It's a Norwegian blue. It wasn't dead. It was just pointing for the fjords. He's just stunned. He's not stunned. He's snuffed it. He's pushing up the daisies. Anyway, whatever. Enough Monty Python. He's telling her, "Stay here, and if there's a problem, you get behind the wheel, you drive away." So he's trying to, make certain that she understands. And obviously she doesn't pay any attention. She says, "Yes, of course." But, obviously she follows him in. So he goes climbing over this wall. You see, it spends ages getting ready to climb over this wall. This fella's watching with his barbecue, and his family's just off screen. They obviously don't notice him until he jumps over the wall, and then she goes, and then for some reason he gets his gun out, and I don't know why. He says, "Oh, don't worry, I don't want any trouble." And then he gets his gun out. Look, what did he get his gun out for? They obviously think he's going to be... Anyway, he just wants some chips, so he just gets a crisp. We call them crisps over here. He gets a crisp. And he says, "It's burning, turn it over, it's burning." So anyway, right, so it goes into the house of the biker gang. This is where we see Rat on the TV screen. It's probably, I don't know, is it MTV or whatever, I don't know. Performing body talk. So anyway, there she goes, Keenan, jumping over. She does a lot of that. When she's jumping over things, you hear a lot of right, so in he goes. So they beat him up a bit and tie him up, and he's being captured by the biker gang. These are some quality Eddie Murphy impressions today. No, they're not. No, they're not. Can't do any impressions. She's following him in, and there we see they've got him tied up now, and this fella's breathing and coughing all over him, and says, "Hey, there's a whole thing of Tic Tacs. Take as many as you want." And this fella is, I've never heard of him, but if you're into fighting, I've got it down here somewhere. It says in cameos. Where is it? Gene LaBelle, the drunk biker who coughs in Eddie Murphy's face. LaBelle has trained fighters such as Chuck Norris and Ronda Rousey. So there you go. That's him, Gene LaBelle. And in this, he's just playing a heavy. Anyway. So, in she comes in a minute. There we go. In she comes. Going to be wet T-shirts all around here now. So brace yourselves, lads. Because it's quite a sight. She's going to beat up Gene LaBelle. There we go. She's going to do that and then knock him into there. And for some reason, all water starts spraying out of a random pipe. There we go. This is what we're after, innit, lads? So for the rest of this scene, she's all wet, look. She's all wet and dripping. And, she didn't like it. But, yeah, steady on. But she makes short work of the rest of these. There you go. Oh, hang on. She got in with a door. Look, kicked the door in. She's super amazing at martial arts. She's like Rey from Star Wars before Rey were a twinkle in anybody's eye. But I want to see, because she does this with the door. He just jumps on the door. Come on, bloody hell, get on with it, woman. Oh, see, she's done it now. Too bloody skipping. She's going to do it. Oh. Right, she kicks the door in. And then she comes in. Has it missed it out? No, there we go. Bang! She breaks the door on him. Because she's cool. Anyway, she rescues Chandler Jarrell. And he beats up a few more of his own. Kicks, punches one in the ghoulies. And tells her, I told you to stay outside. This is man stuff. No place for a woman, even though she just saved him. I'm not going to turn this into a lecture. Anyway, so he turns his attention to this fella and he asks about Cheryl Mosley, and he says, I don't know who that is. So he punches him in the gut. And I said, oh, Cheryl, yes, we sold her to Tommy Tong for a carton of cigarettes and a quart of chicken fried rice or something. And so he's like, so you sold her? There you go. Pork fried rice, not chicken fried rice. Why did she even need Chandler to be the chosen one? Yeesh. Because it were the 80s. So she could have done it herself, couldn't she? But, she couldn't get the knife. We learn later on that he's got to get the Ajanti dagger, and she can't get it because she's not the chosen one. Because chosen ones are always men, aren't they, Anakin? Anyway. So he beats him up. He says, we find out that Tommy Tong, one of Sardum Numspar's henchmen, needed Cheryl Mosley for her blood. They needed her blood for something, so it's her blood that's in the oatmeal. So he knocks him out, and off they go to the restaurant. Tommy Tong owns a restaurant, by the way. So they're gonna go. He tells her, stay here. Obviously, she still doesn't. He goes in, and everybody's pretending not to understand him. So he's going, where is Tommy Tong? Bust your ass. So anyway, he comes out. Here he is, with his swords or whatever. So they're fighting away. Anyway, but Keenan comes in and shows how cool she is. She does a backflip and stuff. Here we go. Because, that made all the difference, didn't it? But it shows she's super strong. She just grabs his arm there, look, and he can't do anything. And she just throws him back. Look, he's shocked. So she's got some sort of supernatural power, hasn't she? It seems. Anyway, he just runs away, scared. He runs away. So they go after him, but they lose him. They don't know where he is. Then he comes out from behind this dumpster, and then we get another, not the best effect. I don't know if you could call it. It's not even a morph effect because it's not CG, but I don't know. It's like it's reminiscent of the morph effect that we saw in. I'm not going to say Willow because it's not that we saw in Krull. So I think it's like not a CG morph, like an analog morph. Like different images merged together. But anyway, it's what we see. Right, we see this rat here. So this rat, it morphs into Sardo Numspar. We get a glimpse of his true form as it morphs. Is it going to show it? Here we go. We get a glimpse of his true form in the morph. There it is. Oh, there you go. Good look at his face. That's what Sardo Numspar looks like. When he morphs into him. There we go. And he gets the sword or whatever it was. It's like a hook sword or something. I saw it described as. And just kills Tommy Tong. Like that. Just leaves him dead there. There's the sword. Just leaves him. And turns back into the rat. There we go. We're going to see it again now. We get another glimpse of his true form. Go on. There you go. In a minute. There it is. Look, another glimpse of his true form, which we'll see at the end of the film. as it goes down into the rat and scurries off. And then, what's his face? Chandler Jarrell appears and says, "Oh," finds him dead. And then she comes, does Keenang, and says, "Oh, you've killed him." So I didn't kill him. Maybe he just killed himself because he thought, we were on to him. So no, I don't think so. Not buying that either. And then she says, "I think I should," she folds her arms like, says, I think I should warn you, we could be dealing with supernatural beings here. And says, "Like what?" "Demons." Right. Back at the, wherever they are, some sort of factory, whatever, warehouse, whatever. He's coming over and he's saying, "You can't resist us forever." He's saying, "I bloody can." Right, so he's got to go and talk to his boss. So he rolls out a prayer mat and some more, coolish effects. Kind of reminiscent of what we'd see later in Spawn, but probably better in this, to be honest. The wall breaks apart. There we go. And we're in some hellish landscape. But we don't see, the Thing. I think it's called the Thing or the Dark Lord. I think it's supposed to be the devil, isn't it? It's supposed to be Satan or whatever that we're hearing. And he's, he doesn't know what to do because he knows Chandler Jarrell's chasing after him. What's he got to do? And the child won't eat what they give him, so they can't kill him. So he's told, "Yes, call Constantine," says Wingrace. So the Dark Lord, Frank Welker's voice, tells him. Oh, I did think it was Tony Todd when I heard him. I don't know. I'll unmute it. I'll just listen. For Pete's sake, I'm on the wrong bloody thing. There we go.
But Lord, it is so well guarded. How?
Hang on.
Refuse nothing for his safe return. Use the Ajanti dagger. With it, you need no other evil.
I thought it was Tony Todd. But it ain't. It's Frank Welker doing his... I forgot again. Who did he play in Inspector Gadget? I've got it here somewhere. There we go. Frank Welker does a demon voice for the role of the Thing and the Dark Lord in this movie. He also used the demon voice for Dr. Claw in Inspector Gadget, Dark Side in Super Friends, Lord Krulos in Dino Riders, Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat, and the Devil Malbolgia in Spawn. So there is a Spawn connection. Yes, Claw, yes. Anyway, so there we go. So he's got to get the Ajanti dagger. And for some reason, it's never explained, not as far as I know anyway in this film, but Sardo Numspa doesn't like saying the letter J. He always pronounces it. It pronounces it as a Y. Frank Welker also played the devil in Spawn. Did he? Sorry, that were a bit overly sarcastic, wasn't it? Sorry. Yes. He did. I like that Spawn film. The effects have dated, haven't they? Pretty badly, but I did quite enjoy it at the time. I haven't seen it for a while. I forgot what I was saying now. Yes, so he's got to get the Ajanti dagger. Oh, yes, he doesn't like pronouncing the letter J. He pronounces it as a Y, so he says Ajanti dagger, and he calls him Chandler Jarrell. But he almost slips up, and I don't know if it's deliberate or if it was a mistake that the director or whatever, or editor didn't pick up on, but we'll get to that. Right, so he's back home again, is Chandler. She hasn't gone up again to be in his house. And he's going to have a dream now. We've got a dream sequence. So there we nods off, and then he wakes up and he's in another house. And he looks through this room and he sees there's a room there. He's in Paris, apparently, because he looks round. Hang on. He sees the Eiffel Tower. There we go. Sees the Eiffel Tower through the window. So he's in Paris, it seems. There you go. And he sees Sadum Numspa in the mirror, and he looks round. Obviously, he's not there. It's another room. Of course, it's a dream. That's me. It's where we see Fu. Probably the best look we get at his face. That's a kind of weird makeup. That's the big chap. I'm going to show him. There we go. Strange chap. He calls him a monkey face. I don't know why. It just looks, kind of melty. Bit Michael Berryman on a bad day. Anyways, cracking jokes, and then we see applause, and there's an audience watching, clapping, and stuff like that. Right, so he realises it's a dream, so he must be having what do they call them? A lucid dream. When you realise you're in a dream, that's never happened to me. Anyway, so Saddam Numspa says he's been brought here so he can make him an offer. So he offers, get me the Ajanti dagger, but he don't say that. It says Ajanti dagger, and I will give you the child. Obviously, it's a ploy, but there we go. But he's just, he's just making fun of him because it's Eddie Murphy, isn't it? And he says, "Kiss my ass." There we go, like that. So the grabs his arm, and he burns like an image of the Ajanti dagger. There you go, onto his arm, and is it? Hang on, I think I've gone past it, where he asks for the Ajanti dagger, but he says it wrong. There we go. So I'll unmute this. I'm sure this is a mistake. I don't know. I think did he nearly slip up and nearly say Ajanti and then corrected himself to Ajanti?
I'm willing to make an exchange. I will trade the child for the Yanti dagger.
See, Yanti dagger. Nearly said Janti. I wonder why he can't say the J. Is it because of Jesus? And in Latin, Jesus began with an I, and they pronounced it Jesus or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. It never explains it. Love Barryman in Weird Science. God, it's a film I haven't seen for a long time as well. I only have lucid dreams. I don't. I just have daft dreams. Oh dear. Can't remember what last night's dream was about though. Anyway, right, so there you go. He burns that on his arm and then says, get me the Ajanti dagger, or the Ayanti dagger, and I will give you the child. Obviously, it's not going to. So, it's still in the dream. He knocks out Till in the dream. There we go. Kicks him in the face. There we go. And he goes out and he finds Key Nang tied up with toilet paper in a rather fetching outfit, which is probably what I'd dream her in, to be completely honest. Josh Temple is dreaming us all right now when he wakes up with his cease. Yes. Could be. You never know. Might be. Hang on, I forgot to mute it again, didn't I? Anyway, so he rescues her. There you go, they tied you up in toilet paper. But she's all, loving and stuff, and there you go, she wants to be with him. But then the bad guys appear, and they're getting him, and Till comes in with a big axe, and she goes, eek! And then he wakes up. There you go. And he wakes up sweating in bed. Josh Temple is Inception, yes. I'm always aware I'm dreaming. I can control them as I have it. Cool. Josh Sepson. I said we could control my dreams because I have some wacky ones at times. But anyway. Right, so he's had that dream. So they head back to, I forgot the bloody call it. Kala. Is it Kala? Shakti, not the Jedi one. So this is where he learns that, yes, the cross dagger of Ajanti, it was created to kill the first golden child or something, the bringer of justice. Second golden child. So he's going to use that to kill the child, but they can use it to save him. So they'll get the dagger and lure, get him to exchange the child or whatever, and kill him with the knife, whatever. There's going to be a double cross on both sides, a quadruple cross. Anyway, so So he's got to go to Tibet. He says, I ain't going no Tibet. He says, why can't I get chosen to go to the Bahamas? And so he's chuntering and shouting at Carla, saying, you want to get out, spend your life living in the basement, smoking and watching soap operas. Anyway, so, and he finds where he finds the yak loin. Yak loin. And I always thought on this next bit, there you go, good to keep the yang up. I always thought he was speaking Chinese or Tibetan or whatever, whenever I've watched this, because I just heard, good to keep a yang up. And I thought he was saying something foreign. He didn't say good to keep the yang up. Nothing wrong with my yang. Whatever the yang is, I don't know, the life force maybe. Yin and yang, isn't it? I prefer the hammer of justice. He was the bearer of justice, wasn't he? The second golden child. This one is the bringer of compassion. I don't know which one he is, though. Is it the third one? Don't know. Anyway, so he doesn't want to go to Tibet. He's talking about his dream as well. Some parts were real and some parts were dream. So the scar on his arm is obviously real because he's still got it. He's woke up with the scar. But the rest of it, what a dream, particularly the bits with her in. She says that was a dream. Yang equals male energy. There we go. Thank you. So good to keep your yang up. Anyway. But now she wants to go up with him. She says, he's not going to invite me up. He says, what? So, yes, so they go and do it. They have a fade to black. That means they've done it. Next morning, she gets up. She's ready to go to Tibet. And he's saying, I don't want to go to Tibet. It's cold. I want to stay here where it's nice and warm in LA, where you might get murdered to death. But anyway, so she said, I'm going to Tibet. And he says, but I'm the chosen one. You can't get the knife. Only I can get the knife. And so she's, be mangy. Is that a word? It is in here. It is in Yorkshire. But anyway, he says, all right then, okay, I'll go to Tibet. But do we have to go right now? Because, I want to do it again. I mean, why not? By the way, she was only 18 when she made this film. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Charlotte Lewis. I don't know what else she's been in. Right, so anyway, they're on a plane to Tibet now, and it's not a very nice plane. People are smoking. I know it's the 80s. Even the bloody hostess is smoking. With offering filthy pillows. Dirty pillows, one might say. Austin Powers might say. But is not impressed with this airline. It must be EasyJet or something like that. They're moving him again, look. They're moving the golden child again. They've got him in the back of a truck. He's down to his last 2 leaves. Right, so anyway, so they're in Tibet. I don't know where this was filmed, by the way. I don't know. I've tried looking it up. It didn't say in the making of it, didn't say where this part was filmed. I don't know if it's a back lot or if it's actually in Tibet or Nepal. They're in Nepal. They're not. They keep saying Tibet, but they're actually in Nepal. So, or maybe they're going to Tibet. Maybe they crossed the border. I don't know. But anyway, it's supposed to be in Nepal. It's supposed to be Kathmandu. And they did send somebody to Kathmandu to scout the place with a second unit. So maybe this is Kathmandu. I don't know, but I don't think it is. I think it could be just a back lot that's just made up to look like an exotic city. Anyway, look, everyone in movies just has a passport ready to go. Yeah, I've been knackered, me, 'cause I ain't got a passport. Well, I have, but it's expired. Anyway. Right, so they've arrived in Kathmandu, the gateway to the Himalayas, and there's bulls and stuff. But he's not having fun. He's poor Chandler. He wants to go to the Bahamas. Anyway, she's got to go and arrange some yaks or whatever to head into the mountains. So she says, you've got an hour to look around. It's like a tour guide. So off he goes looking round, and to be honest, he's looking. He sees the bird again. By the way, the bird's following him, and everywhere he's looking, he's seeing kids. In a minute, except I'm not bloody pausing on them, am I? But as he's walking around, he's seeing like nice little kids. And some of them have a weird, an odd resemblance, I think, to the golden child, but maybe all Nepalese kids look alike. Anyway, by the way, we see this sign again. Weirdly, they must have just filmed it in the same place. We see this sign, and then I think he goes around a corner and then comes across somebody, and then that sign's there again. Maybe there's more than one of those signs. Anyway, so he sees that. Oh, and this fella comes up and speaks to him in Nepalese, Tibetan, whatever, Chinese. I don't bloody know. And he doesn't understand him, obviously. But right, so he's following the bird. That's what he's doing. He's following the bird. So he goes down this alley. And there we go. And there's that sign again. We just saw that sign on the other street, didn't we? But now it's back here. Cat's arrived. I thought you were out. Anyway, comes round this alley, and this is where we meet. Oh God, what bloody call him now? Victor Wong. There we go. This is where we meet Victor Wong. By the way, she's not in anything else that I've actually seen. That's saying something. Let's have a look. Let's see what she's been in. Charlotte Lewis. Let's see. Let's have a look on IMDb. What's she been in? By the way, she's not much younger than me. She was born the same year as I was. Golden Child, Men of War, Broken Badgers, Lost Angelas. No. Highlander the Raven. Well, I haven't seen that because I haven't. No, she's done quite a few things. It seems like she's done a lot of straight-to-DVD sort of things and TV and stuff like that, doesn't it? She hasn't done any big films, has she? Not that I can see, apart from this. Oh, she was in Grange Hill. This was a British kids drama series about a school. Yeah. No, she hasn't done a lot. Well, she's done a lot, but not. She's been in Seinfeld, Win Grace. She played Nina in Seinfeld. So there you go. No, I've not seen anything else she's been in. More's the pity. Anyway, right. Victor Wong. Here we go. There we go. He's got his stuff for sale. For some reason, he's selling London maps in Nepal. Maybe this is where they're filming it. I don't know, but I don't think it is. I know the temple they go to, the Tibetan temple, Buddhist temple, whatever. That's on the Paramount sound stages in LA. So I didn't even look at her TV appearances. She was in a terribly rated horror movie with Doug Bradley. He's done a few of those, hasn't he? Some cassette from somebody. Film, 35mm film, another cassette, postcards, The Seagull, and other stuff. Anyway, spoilers, he's pretending to be a little man with no legs. So he Chandler kindly gives him some money. He says, he wants to sell him something. He's pretending he can't speak English. He's just going, ah. And so he says, you want to buy it? So, okay, I'll have that one, the blue one. I'll take the blue one. And there you go. And so he puts it around his neck. Don't give him it. He gives him a different one, probably the magical amulet. It does have a purpose in the film. And instead of taking a $1 bill, he takes a $100 bill. There you go. And stashes it away. And he notices, hey, he took 100. He said, no, that... You want this one with $1 with George Washington. That's Benjamin Franklin. That ain't happening. Yes, it's Egg Shen. Anyway, he starts speaking English then. In a minute. There we go. You're breaking my heart, asswipe. So I said, you can't speak English. So do you? What of it? He says, all right, just give me my stuff, give me your stuff. And then he... hang on. There you go, picks him up and he says, "Here, take your money," and he like does something and then disappears, Obi-Wan style, and he looks around, he's gone. So he said, "Have you seen a little naked Nepalese man or Tibetan, little naked Tibetan with $100?" Anyway, there you go. Oh, naked bum with $100. So no, but I can arrange one if you want. So he's angry now. He's angry for the next 5 minutes of the film. Even when they're going on the boat, he's going to paddle. So if they had me $100, we could have got a boat with a motor. So I'm going to take this row and I'm going to row your ass till it bleeds. Anyway, then we get some... maybe this were taken by the second unit, because the second unit went to Nepal and all that for, I think, 3 weeks, I think they said. So this probably filmed by them. Up in the Himalayas, but this probably filmed in Canada or somewhere, I imagine. So they're off on the yak up to the temple. Then we're getting glimpses of the golden child at wherever they've got him. Yes, the Paramount Mount. I don't know which one it was. Was it K2 or ever? I don't know what mountain. It's in one mountain, you've seen them all. Right, so they arrive at the temple, and there he is again, old Egg Shen. Does he have a name in this film? I don't know if he has a name in this film. Just the old Gooper, or Gauper, I don't know how you pronounce it. He's doing it around his bowl. And he comes in, he's stomping his feet, getting the snow off for ages. But then she does "We've come for the sacred dagger of Ajanti," because you've got to say it like that for some reason while spinning a prayer wheel. And I always just think of Tomb Raider 2 when I see these, but anyway. I saw K2 in the theatre. Cool, I haven't seen it. K2 is a brewery near me. Delicious. Is that one of them, like a drum that has balls on it and you go... Is that one of them? Looks like it, doesn't it? Or is it a bedpan? Don't know. Anyway, she's doing all that. "We need it for the golden child." And he says, golden child doesn't need it and all that. There you go. "He does not need it to save his life." And he says, "Let him ask." There you go, saying there, let him ask. This is where he does the, I want the knife. So they all look at him. "Let him ask again." In a very American accent. "Let him ask again." That's how he says it. And he goes, "I want the knife, please." So, it says, "If you are pure of heart, you will have the knife." It doesn't say anything about, says his prayers by night and will become a wolf when the wolf bane blooms. Doesn't say that. But right, so he's got to go and get the knife now. There you go. Beyond the door is a corridor, and the knife is at the end of it, and you've got to get it across that passage without spilling a single drop of this water. But yet he spills loads of it, as we'll see. Hello, Tim Rose. Gentlemen. Gentlemen. Welcome to the episode. There you go. Without spilling one drop. Well, he doesn't spill one. Technically, he doesn't spill one drop. He spills several, as we'll see. Anyway. Are you Monty Hall now? You must be Carol Marrow. It's not Marrow, is it? It's Carol Merrill, isn't it? I forgot the name of the show. Obviously, I don't know it because I never had it here. About a deal, isn't it? About a deal. I can't remember. I did look it up and I've forgotten. It's that. Right, so... keep your thoughts as pure as the water. He's told. He says, "Well, this water's not that pure. Neither are you." Oh, sod off. Right, so in he goes. Into this dark, cobwebby room. And then we see all these not poles, like... I don't know. Not what they are. Yeah, poles, I suppose. He's got to work his way across. technicalities for the win. Yes, I say he does spill loads. We see it all dripping off. Oh, for God's sake! There you go. Right, so off he goes. There's no floor. I think he drops a stone or something. He doesn't hear it hit the ground. There's no ground. And anyway, so off he goes. There you go. Oh, that's where he drops the stone. Anyway, there you go. Next that one. And he goes across this little bridge. Stay on the path. You see, spilling it. Look, I saw a drop there. Did you see that? There was a drop there. Look, another one. So technically now he's safe because he's spilled more than a single drop. Technically correct. The best kind of correct. That sounds like a quote. Because there's still stuff dripping off it in a minute. We see it a few times. Anyway, so he gets across this little bridge, which then promptly explodes and goes falling down there. And then goes, how many have survived this test? And we hear Victor Wong's voice say none. But in the trailer, I always remember the trailer. I think it were on Star Trek 4, the VHS of Star Trek 4. I'm sure it was. Because I remember the trailer for it. It says, how many have survived this test? And the voice, it's not Victor Wong replying, it's some other voice going, none. For some reason. Anyway. Right, so he's got to make his way across there. All right, and he falls, and then he's hanging on with one hand, finger ends, because he's got in his other hand, and he's still not spilt any. Well, he has, but he's still got the glass in his other hand, look. I'd have just fallen to my death. I would have just fallen to my death. If you could, I don't know, maybe you can't. Maybe you can't fall to your death. Maybe it's all an illusion. Maybe he could have just walked across. I don't know. But anyway, so makes his way. And I'd have messed this up myself. I'd have got this puzzle wrong. He gets to the knife, and you can see the string holding it up there. Look, never mind, you can't. I forgot to show, by the way. We do see him drop it. We do see some more water dropping off it in a minute. Where is it? Where is it? Come on, go back. Oh, never mind. There was some scenes where we see him spilling more water. Is it this one? This is one. He goes to have a drink, and I'm sure we see another drop come down. Maybe not. Maybe not. Anyway, right, so he's got to the dagger. So he's not getting any more clues now. Better puzzle than a glass triangle. It's like the Crystal Maze. It's a popular show over here. It used to be. There's the dagger of the Ajanti dagger. And I'd have failed this now. No more clues. You've got to work it out now. Oh, they've brought this glass of water. There's all flames around the dagger. I brought this glass of water, told not to spill a drop, and I'd have just chucked it on the fire to put out the fire. But no, that'd have been the wrong answer. He drinks it. He says, "To Monty, a toast," and he drinks it, and there we go. Nice 80s glow around the dagger. So he's got it. Says, I got the knife, now turn the goddamn lights on. Whether they did or not, I don't know. Maybe another door opens and he says, you can come out this way, like an escape room or something, I don't know. Anyway, right, so, all that's done. She's having a little prayer. Is that her mother's grave? Dunno, might be. Is here to talk to Victor Wong, who's picking his nose and wiping it on his shirt and being horrible and burping. And he's asking how, basically, he wants to ask Ki Nang to marry him, essentially. That's what he's asking. How does he ask a woman from that world that they live in, that he loves her and all that, wants to spend the rest of his life with her, and he gives him some cryptic reply about, basically, just be yourself. Anyway, there you go. You must make a promise to someone you have just met. And I thought, well, whatever. Right, so off he goes, and then he goes and has a chat with Keenang, and she's saying, he's an arsehole, I don't like him. Chandler Jarrell is an undisciplined fool and a moron, and he's a warthog. But he's Victor Wong is saying all these lovely things about him. He's generous and kind, and he'd do anything for you. And yes, I like him. And then we get the famous, there we go, irresponsible, blah, blah, blah. Then we get the, I don't know if it's famous, but it's kind of corny. Anyway, hang on. Go back a bit. When he talks about those those magnificent Americans. Sorry, I know I'm not American, so I can laugh. Nobody says those magnificent Brits, do they? Oh dear. Those magnificent Americans, all that, so much power and so little knowledge of how to use it and all that. So, anyway, so he gives her his blessing to marry him, because it turns out Victor Wong's her dad, not in real life, in the film. So there we go. There you go. Yeah, if you want to marry him, you have my blessing. So, right, there we go. Kathmandu International Airport. Do you reckon? I don't think. It might be. I don't know. Do you reckon it is? I don't know. Should we look it up? I'm going to look up Kathmandu International Airport. I bet it's not. It'll be, I don't know, Van Nuys or somewhere. But let's... Kathmandu Airport. Right. Let's have a look. Look at images. No, that's not Kathmandu Airport. I'll show you a picture of the Tribhuvan International Airport in Kathmandu. Just bear with me. Open image in new tab. Right, I'll just drag this. Hang on. Just a minute. Let's get rid of that. Where are we? Don't know what I'm doing. That's what Kathmandu Airport looks like. Maybe it's been rebuilt since 1986. Or sometimes Catman don't. Scatman Crothers. The voice of Hong Kong Phooey. Anyway, right, back to the film. Kathmandu International Airport. All in English for some reason, but never mind. Is that a thing? I don't know. I don't go to many airports, so I don't know. Right, so anyway. Right, so, and notice he's still got this amulet that Victor Wong gave him. Maybe he's now wearing it with pride, now he knows who Victor Wong really is. But anyway, he's wearing it there. And he's concerned that he's not going to be able to get on the plane with this massive dagger under his shirt. And she's saying, yes, yeah, don't worry, you will. Right, another cow. It's Kathmandu. What do you expect? I imagine Kathmandu Airport was probably just like any other airport you go to in the world. You know, I can't imagine there'd be lots of cows walking about in it. Even in the 80s. I don't know though. But I imagine it'd be fine. Anyway, so he has this idea. He comes at another American sort of like gets in the queue because they're going to get searched. They've just been chosen for the search, and another American arrives, who he calls Freddie, but I don't know if that's his name. Does it say? Doesn't say. I'm trying to find it. Nope. He calls him Freddie, but obviously that's not his real name. He's just called him something, but I can't even find it in the all cast and crew. Oh dear. Nope. By the way, Marilyn Schreffler did the voice of Carl. I just thought I'd throw that in there. No, don't know. Don't know who this fella is. Don't know who it is. Don't know who it is. I'm looking down the list. Sorry, I know it's not. Don't make good. Maybe it's businessman customer. I don't know. Bob Zudiker. I have no idea. Anyway, whatever. Whatever. He pushes in and says, look, I've got a plane to catch. So he's been all, obnoxious, and he's all like, hugs him, just to see another American. For God's sake. And he takes his newspaper out of his pocket and stashes the dagger in Freddie's pocket. It just does my heart good to see another American citizen. Anyway, he goes through the alleged X-ray machine or whatever, or not metal detector, whatever it is, and comes out and it all beeps, but it's just a wooden frame with some cloth tied to it, isn't it? Anyway, he intercepts and he's pretending now to be some federal agent. There you go. And the Stolen Artifacts Foundation of America and all that stuff. So he's saying, that he was stealing this dagger and all that stuff. So he says, so I've got it and everything's under control and NEPAL, go Nepal and all that stuff. So there we go. So that's very amusing. And anyway, so then they're on the plane all smoky because it's, it's not an American airline, is it? When she's eating something horrible, she's offering, is it an eyeball or something? I don't know, but it looks awful. And he don't want it, so he's just going to listen to the music, and it's some Eastern music. But he actually singing the words he sings in the last line. He's just going, "I don't want to die," all that. But the last line is something like, "Eddie Murphy is a good man," but he says it in a weird way. Anyway, right, so he's got back to America, and Sardum Numspar's there with police officers, and he's saying, that's the man Chandler Jarrell. He's got something stolen from me. If he doesn't give it back, I want you to arrest him. So that's what's going to happen. Or he thinks that's what's going to happen. And so obviously he's not going to give him the knife. And so he puts on a show and he says, "Oh, Brother Numpsy, I should be purged. I've stolen from you. I should be flogged. I should be arrested." So obviously this puts the police off because they think, a nutter. So Sardo Numpspar takes him to one side. Says, "How long can you keep this up?" He says, "As long as it takes, because as long as it takes that I get arrested. Because if I get arrested, they'll put me in a cell, and then because they'd arrest him for stealing the knife off him, and put me in a cell, and then they put the dagger in another room with a little things that says Exhibit A on it. So and they'd sit there until the trial, which could be anywhere from a month to a year. So who knows when you get your dagger? But I'm thinking, but he's a demon. He could probably, and we see in the film he can like teleport. So he could probably just teleport into the evidence room and take the dagger. But never mind, doesn't matter. So there we go. That's it, telling him all that. So he's got away with it this time. "Yes, I don't numpsy." So it says, "I could destroy you just like that." He said, "No." So he says, "My brother's forgiven me," and he gives him a big kiss. And now he's got to explain himself to the police. But anyway, they've gone to a posh house somewhere, probably near Vasquez Rocks. And apparently this is the house that's in the film Hard to Kill with Steven Seagal. I don't know. I don't think I've seen that one. But apparently that it's in there. So they're staying there for the time being. And they've got the knife. Oh, excuse me. Oh, yardy. They've got the knife in a case, and he's in an attaché case or whatever, briefcase, and he's got it with handcuffs so it can't be taken. And she's getting ready for bed, and she's wanting some of that Eddie Murphy love. That's what she's wanting, or Chandler Jarrell love. She says, "Are you coming to bed?" She can't wait, look. Women. But he says, "No, I want to sleep out here." So she's like, "Oh, there you go. Good night." So she's fed up now because she's not getting any. Typical. Meanwhile, these guards, he's having a fag. Can't say that, can I? A cigarette. Wick. It's me cancelled, isn't it? That's this stream taken down. Yes, she wants a bit of his moo shoe. Or a bit of his donkey. Oh, donkey, yes. Whichever one is funnier, yeah. Anyway, they're on guard. But they soon get taken out by the motley crew. But she is. So she goes and checks. I just heard something. So they're going to escape. He's climbing down the tree there. And she goes and jumps down like that. And he's like... Anyway, so they get accosted by Foo and Till and the others. There we go, they're trying to get them. She's doing some backflips. That's a bit daring, isn't it? There she goes, she's doing more backflips and kicking and stuff. He's got a crossbow. Just misses her. There she jumps back down again. She's all over the place. And there you go, he's attacking Chandler Jarrell. And then I think he cuts off the there we go, cuts the chain, and but then he's appeared. By the way, he's been doing some teleporting. I don't think I caught it, but he does some like teleporting. Does Sardo, and he's got the crossbow and he's gonna kill Chandler Jarrell, but she's coming running. That's not Charlotte Lewis, is it? Because she's going to be doing some flips. Look. think they got a gymnast. So she's doing her backflips and then bang! And she just turns the proper way around or whatever. And she gets a crossbow bolt in the back. And they all go. They all think, whatever. And they just leave because they've got the knife now. They've got the knife. It's in the briefcase so they can go. So obviously they didn't give up the golden child. So anyway, she's dead. Shock, horror, she's dead. So they've got her lying somewhere in the basement. I think it's the basement. It's where, what's the face is? Where Calla is, Shakti. They've got her in there for some reason. And they put a cheesecloth or whatever over her. Why didn't she kick the crossbow when she can't wheel back? Exactly. Because then she wouldn't have died and we wouldn't have had to get the kid to do his magical stuff. Anyway, she's dead, so he's sad. But then Shakti, Calla, whatever the hell we're calling her, says she can be brought back. The golden child can restore her life. And so he gets cross and he goes storming there, as long as sunlight still shines on her body. And there we go. He goes storming down and there we go. Oh, for God's sake. There we go. And smashes the thing, and then we see that she's like a Ray Harryhausen creation. There she is. She's got a snake body and a human top bit, and also boobies. But we get a little glimpse, but not too much because it's PG-13. Anyway, it's pretty well done. Nice stop motion. I like the stop motion in this film. Bit like we saw in Seventh Voyage of Sinbad when the baddie turns that woman into a half snake and all that. But there we go. So, you will save the golden child. Anyway, right, so Till has found some dead butterflies. And he's throwing them towards the golden child. There we go. The golden child touches one, makes it come to life. There we go. And actually, I saw how they did that. So that's not really there, is it? Because I saw it moving. It wasn't quite right. Because there are some bows you simply cannot cross. Human Top Bit is my new band name. Yes, Human Top Bit. I couldn't think of any other way to describe it. Right, so he's brought that butterfly to life. So he's very impressed. And so he goes over, and then the golden child touches him. Has he touched him now? Hang on his hand. There we go. Touches him on his hand and turns him good. Turns him good. So now he's on our side now. Is Till. They've covered her up now. So she doesn't stink out the place, I suppose. She starts to decompose. I'm guessing. Maybe there's ice blocks underneath. I don't know. But anyway. Right, so I think he's following the bird again, I think. Yes, I think he's following the bird to find the golden child. Handy to have that bird about, because where would you start? Because you've no idea where they've moved the kid to, do you? So just follow the bird. And it turns out it's in that house. An old house on a hill. Maybe it's a house on Haunted Hill. I don't know. Not in. So in he comes. There's the dagger. There's Foo with his, whatever the hell, I don't know what they call that. His big chain thing, whip, lasso. I don't know what the bloody hell it is. And, there you go. And he deals with Foo. Foo gets hung up by his own petard. That little boy is actually evil. He knows the other baddies will kill Till when he's good. But got to do whatever he can to survive. Because there's no such thing as good and evil. Anyway, so he's dealt with Foo. Then there's this fella. But Till arrives and takes care of him. There we go, just in time. And says, come on, I've got the, don't say it, but, he says, shush this way. Right, we've got to get you out of here. So they get him out. He says, where's your boss? Obviously, Till can't speak. He says, where's your boss? And he points. He says, right, you look after the kid. I'm going to deal with Sardo Numpsy. So he goes in. He says, Sardo Numpsy, I am here. There you go. My sweet brother. Got the knife, look. And then we see, there we go. He changes into his true form now because he's cross. There you go. In a more stop motion, which is fine. Cool. I don't know. I know what ILM, but I don't know if it's Phil Tippett or somebody else that did the stop motion. I don't know. Does it say in the special effects, visual effects? Let's have a look. Who did it? Who did it? Special effects, visual effects, animator, John Allen, ILM, as Jan Allen Armstrong, sorry, the animator, and then another one, Gordon Baker, animator. It looks like they did the stop motion then, I think. Just looking down, see if there's anything that says stop motion or go motion. There we go. Go motion animation. Thompson Ammond and Nick Stern. I don't know. Sean Turner. So various people did the animation. There's other animations in it as well, apart from stop motion. But anyway, no such thing as good and evil. That's just the acolyte talking. Exactly. That's why I said it. Anyway, right. So he's got a demon to deal with now. So anyway, he says, is he busy? I'll come back some other time. So he runs out, grabs the kid, they get to the car. Don't know what happens to Till. Maybe Sardo Numpsy kills him. Don't know what happens to him. But he's coming to get him. There's no keys, he can't start the car. But so he uses magic. Does the golden child. Because, he can, there you go. He's a car thief now with the golden child. He can just start cars with his magic. And also put seat belts on without looking. Like that, look. There. By magic. It's quicker just to put them on, isn't it? But anyway. Cheap viewers. Oh, is this on... this will be on Twitch, won't it? Yes, it is. Thank you, Abalbua. I can't believe it. An A or an I-L. Ababua. Cheap viewers on follow that link. I don't think I will, but thank you for the comment. Right, they're off in their stolen car with the demon hot on their tail. There he is. Look, whee, chasing after them. I like it. I like the effects. I do. There he's on top of the car. Although it doesn't really show it very well, but. They get to this, I don't know what it is. Is it like a pumping station or something? Pardon me, something, made of engineering. An unsolicited link. Let's all have a click. I wouldn't. Don't do it. Anyway, right, so they've got to get in here. The golden child again uses magic to stretch the chain so Chandler can get through. Right, so here they are. As I say, I don't know what is it. It's some thingy. Anyway, he's here. Look, he's Sardo Numspa smashes that part, blocks their way out for the time being, even though they do get out. Oh, there's a ladder, look. But anyway, right, so is he coming in? There he is, he's in. Look, he's smashing the place up, look. Throwing beams about at Chandler. But, hang on, have I missed a bit? Is he going to get buried in a minute? No, not yet. He's going to get buried in a minute under loads of concrete. There is Sardum Numspa. I like that's a nice effect, especially when he's going to use his wing now. Let's make sure we're still going. Yes, we are. Thank goodness. Where are we? It's a little bit Howard the Duckish. I don't know. I quite like it. That is a cool one. That's it. Especially when it brings his wing round to knock him off this ledge like that. Yeah, that's quite cool. I'm easily pleased. I'm easily pleased. And he loses the knife. The knife's knocked out of his hand and it goes skidding across the floor. And he can't get to it. But then Sergeant Numspa now he looks up and all gets buried under all this concrete that collapses. There you go, like that. So he just grabs the kid. There's Chandler. They get out through up that ladder and get in the car and drive off without the knife. But remember, he's got to get the kid back to Kenang before the sun sets. Sun's setting. Look. So here we go. Look. Last rays of the sun. That mirrors or something. I'll just move her down into the sun. But anyway, they make it obviously. So they get in. Here they are in a minute. Oh, for God's sake! They're just about to go up to her, but then he comes up through the blooming floor. But he's all smashed in, look, because he was buried under all that concrete. His Sardum Numspan. He's got the dagger. Agreed, I'm not dissing. I still enjoy Howard, minus the duck, human relations. I've only seen it once, like I said, when it first came out, and, it was fine, I suppose. I don't know. I didn't really like it, to be honest. I didn't hate it, but, it wasn't my cup of tea. Anyway, so he's going to use the dagger on the child, and what happens? I can't. Why does he drop the dagger? I can't really remember. That's it. Yes, I remembered now. He goes to stab Chandler Jarrell, but remember the amulet he's been wearing for half the film. It goes on to that. Are you ready? There we go. And loads of 80s animation sparks and stuff. And that it knocks the knife out of his hand. A bit of a pot belly there, hasn't he, this demon? He goes to the knife, goes spinning across the room, lands on the floor. So he knocks him over there. And goes to get the knife. And, in a minute. Goes to get the knife. And just as he's going to grab the knife, which I think we see like a animatronic hand, I think, going for the knife, the golden child uses his magic and makes it slide across the floor, excuse me, to Chandler Jarrell. And Lee Thompson is always nice, except when she's directing Star Trek episodes. She did Picard, didn't she? Was it season 2? Anyway. There it goes. I think that's a animatronic hand, I think. It looks like it, doesn't it? Looked it. Either animatronic or somebody in makeup. I don't know. But anyway. It goes skidding across to him, to Chandler, and he picks it up and for God's sake. Plunges it. And something weird happens here now. I don't really understand what's happening here. There we go. It's still a huge, scary demon. But then for some reason, here we see this all going on. For some reason, all that starts happening, and I don't know why. All these animation effects all start happening round him. Is it the Golden Child doing it? I've no idea. I'll say it is, just to distract him. Something happens and it distracts him because he can't go, what's going on here? It must be the Golden Child, but it doesn't show him doing that, like he has been doing for all his other stuff. So I don't know. So he takes this opportunity and plunges the knife into Sardum Numps's cold, dead demon heart, and then he blows up. Then he blows up in another 80s, another 80s effect, which is cool. She was the head of genetic research or some such in Picard season 2. Oh, she appeared in it as well, didn't she? But she also directed an episode, didn't she? Or 2. Anyway, so there we go. So that's the end of Sardo Numspa, and everything's okay. And thinking, hang on, I've got to save her first. And for some reason, there's is it going to show it? Hang on, there we go. A beam of light coming through this glass. It's like bloody Indiana Jones, isn't it? And Raiders in the map room. The bloody headpiece to the staff of Ra. Isn't it? Look at it. Anyway. So he puts a foot in it. It's going to burn a toe off. And does it. Oh, for God's sake. He's playing, sorry. And there we go. Touches her, does his magic, and it's got horrible toes, hasn't she? Anyway. So we're wearing, ill-fitting shoes, basically, all her life. And makes it, she comes back to life. There we go. So she's basically a zombie now, basically, isn't she? Like that bird. That bird's a zombie as well, and the butterflies. We've got zombie birds, zombie butterflies, and now a zombie Charlotte Lewis. Hello, you trouble. You want to go out? Let me let the cat out. Back in a moment. I'll give you Keenan to look at for a minute. There she is. I'm back. I've let her out. Right, where were we? Oh, yes, he's brought her back to life. We've got a zombie Keenan now. And that's it. So there we go. Gives her a kiss. Why don't you just kiss her to bring her back? It's wonder they didn't do that, isn't it? You are the chosen one. Only you can bring her back to life with love's true kiss. Or whatever. So they're happy. Then we learn that they're going back to Tibet. She's taking him, and then they're going to, and all that, and he's got him a hat, and says we should go on Ed McMahon's star search, where I'll throw rocks at you, and you can deflect them with your powers, and make them hit Ed McMahon hard. So there you go. And that's it. That's the end. That's the end. We see Los Angeles one last time, the City of Angels, and that's it. The end of the film. Cool film. I really like Golden Child. I don't know why it gets such stick. He doesn't hate sand. That I think it will have made all the difference. Fun. Thanks everyone, says Tim Rose. So there we go. Anyway, that's the end of the Golden Child. A film I really like. Like I say, I must like it. I bought the bugger on Blu-ray, and I think it still stands up. I think it's still a good film, and I don't know why Eddie Murphy doesn't like it. I suppose I can see why Charlotte Lewis, didn't like it. It was a big break film, and did a wet T-shirt. It was a regular shirt, but the drenched her, and they had the scene with her in a sexy outfit. But she was a model. She was an attractive woman with curves. So what did she expect? What's she done in the other films? I don't know. Nobody's ever seen them, have they? So stop moaning, woman. I bet she's doing conventions and stuff, and I bet it says bloody Charlotte Lewis, the Golden Child, and nothing else really that anybody's ever heard of. Grange Hill. It'll say Charlotte Lewis, the Golden Child, Grange Hill. That's all it'll say. And the picture will be her in the Golden Child. It will, I'm telling you. When she's charging 20 quid for autographs or whatever. The older I get, the more films I always thought were really loved turned out to be hated. Yeah, you do get that, don't you? You do get that. Such as this one. But it did really well. So, it wasn't hated by the general public. I mean, what did the where are we? Critical response? It's got a 21% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, but that's only off 24 reviews. So, with an average rating of 4.2 out of 10, which is, not good, is it? But Roger Ebert liked it. He gave it 3 out of 4. So there we go. But anyway, yeah, I like it. I think it's good. I like Golden Child. One of my favourites of the 80s, and, that's saying a lot, because some great films were out in the 80s. Right. So there we go. We're all done and dusted with the Golden Child. What's coming up next? More Far Cry 5, I imagine. Let's get rid of that. What day on Monday? Wednesday will be my news stream, if there is some news this week. Oh, yes. We've got the Acolyte, haven't we? I'll see what it's like. If I like it, I might do like a long review. Or not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it's like. Anyway, we'll see what it's like, and I'll do some sort of review. It'll either be, a review, or a quick review. That'll be a short. We'll see. Joshua Kanapke says, I think that's more people crapping on stuff to be jerks, and because it gets their attention. Possibly. Your shorts for Star Wars were usually fun. I can't remember. I genuinely can't remember. Anyway, so we've got that coming up. And then Wednesday, there'll be my news stream. I'll be doing some Far Cry 5 game streams. And what else? Friday the night's appointment with Fear this week is From Dusk Till Dawn. So that's on Friday. Bad Batch. Oh, yes, I did Bad Batch shorts, didn't I? So that's next week's. I've decided. Hang on, there we go. Next week's films. I've decided. I haven't set them up yet, but I've decided. So next week's Magnificent Mondays. We're watching Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Wow! And then next week's Friday Night Appointment with Fear is Q, the Winged Serpent. Is it a horror film? Yeah, I suppose it is. Yeah, I'm going to say it's a horror film. So there we go. So that's next week. So anyway, right. So we'll leave it there. So thanks, Wyn Grace and Joshua Kanapke and Josh Temple and Tim Rose and who else do we see? And Abeibua on on Twitch, and of course Archmage Frey. And Laura popped in, didn't she? And who else we had? On Jimmy, Scottish Geek Guy, he popped in as well. And Josh Temple. Did I say Josh Temple? Josh Temple as well. I'll say it twice. Yes, and I think that's it. Did I mention Tim Rose? Right, so we'll leave it there. So, right, so that's it. Hang on. I have had enough of you. That's Star Trek 3. Woohoo, From Dusk Till Dawn. That should really test your pausing and skipping. Pretty much. Pretty much. It's not that bad, really. Not in terms of, boobies and stuff like that. Really, I don't think it is it? We'll see. Might be. We'll see. Anyway. Right, so, hang on. If you say my name 3 times, look in the mirror, nothing happens. I dare it now. Imagine with Josh. What happens if you're looking like a webcam? Is that like looking in the mirror? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to trust to look. Christopher Lloyd, American actor, also a baddie in Roger Rabbit. Oh, right, okay. This bloody Wyn Grace's tangents. I can't think laterally. Yes, he is. Yes. Christopher Lloyd plays Judge Doom and obviously played Commander Krug. Is it Commander Krug or Captain Krug in Star Trek 3? Whatever. So there we go, yes. Seen Queen of Spades? No, I've not seen that. Is it? What's it about? I don't know. I've never heard of it. Anyway, so no, I've not seen it. Also this week I'll be recording a in Magical Monochrome, and this week I'm doing, I've forgotten, City of the Dead from 1960 with Christopher Lee. Never seen it before, so it'll be like a reaction commentary, but that'll be on the Patreon. I might put it on YouTube as well, because it's supposed to be one of those public domain films, but I don't trust YouTube anymore, so I daren't. Is it Commander Krug? Right, okay. Right, so we're done. So we'll leave it there. Hang on. Cool indie horror, Canada apartment building sorts of bloody... Oh, right, Bloody Mary kind of deal. I'll look out for that. By the way, a cool horror film I watched recently, a new one, that Late Night with the Devil. Really liked that. Thought that were good. It was kind of a bit like Alan Partridge meets Ghost Watch. If you're British, you might know what that is. But anyway. What is it? Queen of Spades I've got to look up. Right. So we'll leave it there. So, thanks for watching. Wherever you are, look after each other. And until next time, I'll say this.